I hope you understood the textual exercises that was discussed in the previous video. Moving further in our story, like the reason why I am taking it in continuation today itself is you get a touch of the story, you are already connected to the story. In part 1, it's announced by Miss Mason that Wanda's beautiful drawings, it's Wanda who has won the drawing and coloring competition, and she has given permission to all the children to move around in room number 13 and look at the display, because in room number 13 it was the drawings of Wanda that was displayed, and in the other room the drawings that the boys had made were displayed. So Wanda, even though she was the only one who was the winner, but still all her designs were exclusive, and that is why all those 100 designs were displayed in the classroom, and children were given the liberty to move around, and when even the boys were moving around, though boys don't seem to be interested in the girl dresses of the girls, but still they were whistling and circling around the room, appreciating the work of Wanda. So while the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Okay, so this is a very important note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Why must she have clapped her hands? No, normally this happens in your classroom as well. When your teacher wants to catch your attention or want you to listen to what she is saying, she would signal you through some signs. So this is one of the signs which Miss Mason used. She clapped her hands and attention class, everyone back to their seat. This was enough for the children for them to get back to their seats. When the shuffling of the feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Wanda's father that I want to read to you. Miss Mason stood there a moment and silence in the room grew tense and expectant. Why? Because Wanda is not coming to school for the last 3 days, and here the letter arrives from her father. So everybody is curious to know why her father must have written a letter to the teacher. And the teacher adjusted her glasses deliberately, slowly. Her manner indicated that what was coming. This letter from Wanda's father was a matter of great importance. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the letter. So let's all read this letter very carefully. Dear teacher, my Wanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. So here there is a mention of Wanda's brother Jake. Now they move away to a big city. So what is the reason her father is giving? They are moving away to a big city. No more holler Palag. So no more people are going to address us as Palag, because this Palag was abusive word used for people who came from Poland. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. So what was Wanda's father's name? Wanda's father's name was Jan Petronsky, and he was trying to tell Miss Mason that these are the reasons why they are leaving the school. Okay, then a deep silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. What did she say? I'm sure that none of the boys and the girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings. So she somehow trying to show that confidence within the children of room number 13 that none of them will hurt anyone's feelings deliberately, because his or her name happened to be a long, unfitting little one. I prefer to think that what was said in thoughtlessness. So she doesn't want to know who did this. She very well knew that someone in room number 13 must have done this, which must have hurt Wanda, and her father had to take such a drastic decision to leave the city. She didn't want to name anyone, neither she wanted to know who did it. She said that whatever was said and done was said in thoughtlessness. I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is very unfortunate thing to have happened. Unfortunate and sad both. And I want you all to think about it. So instead of asking who did it and why they did it, she just asked them to be thoughtful about what has happened in room number 13 and be mindful letting this repeat again in her class. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare. So she had said nothing. Maddie had said nothing. She had stood by silently, and this was equally as wrong as Peggy teasing her. This was the introspection which she had done after listening to what Wada's father had written in the letter. And that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse. It was even worse. She could have stopped Peggy from doing this. She was a coward. She did not have the courage. She could not gather the courage to stop Peggy from teasing Wanda. At least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself into Wanda's shoes. She could understand the pain that Wanda was going through when she was being asked frequently how many dresses do you have. Because she herself, Maddie, also did not have that many dresses of her own. She was also as poor as Wanda was. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy. She wanted to look at Peggy, like what was Peggy's reaction? The teacher has asked them to think over that letter, whether Peggy was also having the same kind of feeling which Maddie had. But Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, Maddie, had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her, and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. So this kind of, her conscience, Maddie's conscience was continuously pricking her for being a silent spectator to what Wanda was undergoing because of the frequent teasing of the girls. With this, I stop my lesson, children, today, and we will continue this video tomorrow. I advise you should read this once again after listening to the video and try to find out whether you have understood. And also I want you to ponder over the letter that Wanda's father had written so wonderfully drafted letter. He never intended to demean or any children in group number 13. All he wanted to express was his feelings on how his children felt because they had a different name and they did not belong to this particular city or country. Hence, we should understand through this letter that we should not tease anybody, we should not bully anybody for any reason, no matter whatever they are and however they are. We should always understand they do have a wonderful, soft and beautiful heart which is to be respected rather than what they look